Good morning, everyone. I was going to do this live, but last night I did a live reading for the end of March. And I think that so many people are going live on YouTube that it's like all sorts of messing up. Like the entire Sagittarius reading, I'm sorry, Sag. The entire Sagittarius reading was like it didn't exist in the recorded version. So, I hope everybody is doing well. I know that's sort of like an open-ended statement. I want to remind everyone that fear is a completely natural thing to feel right now. Fear is so natural to feel right now. But what I want to urge of you guys is to not let the fear control you. Right? Like maybe it's controlling your life a little. Maybe everything is different. It's so funny that everybody is self-quarantining right now, and I'm like, that's my life. I'm always self-quarantined. Like this is like introvert heaven. Like you don't have to contact anybody or talk to anybody. This is because I'm a loner. I mean, I have my people, but like my closest individuals and people that I love dearly, other than my children, of course, my children are in close proximity, but most of the people that I love dearly are states away from me, like hundreds of miles away from me. So I'm a loner. Like this is... And it's normal. What's really interesting is I noticed that I only have one lemon left. And because I have a compromised immune system, I'm doing everything, taking supplements, drinking my lemon honey water. And I noticed I only have one lemon left. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to go to the store. Like, can I call in a drive-through order for a bag of lemons? Like, that's all I need. Can I have somebody bring me a bag of lemons? Because everything else I have. All right. Anyways, you got to find the humor in this situation. And the reason why I'm saying that is... Oh, there's a fuzzy on me. The reason why I'm saying that is there is so much fear. So, here we are. I have zero makeup on. And I'm marinating my hair. This is what I do. I'm like deep conditioning. You can even see my gray hairs, you guys. I'm like so exposed right now. And for a Virgo to expose themselves like this, oh my gosh, things aren't perfect. I can't believe it. Anyway, so self-quarantine activities. Watch my YouTube videos. Like, so everything is so weird. And this week, the energy is going to just be weirder. Mercury moved it back into Pisces today. So remember that whole retrograde time that I was talking about, how when the post-shadow period and Mercury moving back into Pisces, we're going to have to reassess all of those little things that we missed. Because when Mercury was in Pisces before and it was in retrograde, there were so many details. And like, if you look at this in a broad scale, there were so many details that were supposed to be given to the United States for so long, and it just didn't, and not even the United States, but like in Italy, there were so many details that have been so overlooked, right? Now we have to go back and look at it. The problem with that is Mercury being in Pisces is in detriment. Now, not that big of a deal, except it can be kind of an illusion. So there might be more information coming out this week, but I really, really, really want you to make sure you are discerning all information that's coming out, because not all of it's going to be correct. Not all of it is going to be... I want you to make sure you're getting your information from experts, from doctors, from the CDC, from the real life individuals that are on the front lines of doing this. I am not going to give you information on how to survive this pandemic because I'm not an expert on it. I have no idea what's going on. What I am an expert on is myself. I'm an expert on my health. I am an expert on what's going on in my day-to-day life. I can control this, right? And that's what we have to remember right now. Honestly, you guys, if you stay in awareness and you allow yourself to contain and control the things that are going on around you, the way that you can help others is be aware of yourself. Stay clean. Stay 6 feet away from each other. Don't go out if you don't feel good. Don't go out and party for St. Patrick's Day, for the love of God. Like, you can miss 1 year of the green beer, all right? And don't go out and start drinking green Corona, because that's not going to solve your problems either. I know that this is not fun, but this was really necessary for a lot of reasons that I'm not going to get into. There are plenty of conspiracy theories out there. I have my own ideas that I have received directly from source about this. And maybe as things start to calm down a little bit, I'll let you in on a lot of stuff. I get downloaded information every single day. I've had a lot of people ask me how I'm feeling. I'm doing better. Thank you very much. I say we, as in my team of doctors, my support system, my Eastern practitioner health, my healing team that I have. We are finding answers. We have new answers every week about my health, and and things are progressing. Things are getting better. Thank God. Something's got to be good in all of this, right? I did wake up this morning with the most normal temperature that I have had in almost a month. Yes, friends, I have been sick with a temperature for a month, and I've been working through, like, even in February and stuff. Like, I started getting sick back then, and boy, did I not show it. Kept saving face and, like, showing up every day. That's what a Virgo does. It was ridiculous. Anyways, but I am feeling better. I am extremely close to a normal temperature, which is fantastic that my temperature has gone down. That's positive. I know that I'm still immunocompromised, so I am self-quarantined. I am not allowing myself to go anywhere unless I absolutely have to or need to. And I would like for you to learn by my example if you can. The other things, astrological things that are happening this week, and I'll get more in depth with it on a day-to-day process. I'll just kind of run through it really quick. There's a lot happening this week, more so next weekend, as we go into next weekend. And it's literally the shift from the establishment to the social uprising. That's the shift that's happening right now. We can see it playing out in the world, but it's also happening in the cosmos. So today Mercury goes into Pisces. Tomorrow's actually kind of a sweet day. Like, I sort of want you to take today and tomorrow and, like, wrap it up in a big hug and hold on to the good feelings that you get from today and tomorrow. Because today and tomorrow are going to be the easiest days that we get to this week. Tomorrow is the moon is going to be trining Venus. That's going to be a really nice, easy day. We'll talk about that more tomorrow. Wednesday, the moon will conjoin Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. So right now the moon is in Capricorn, so it's going to trine Venus, and then it's going to conjunct with Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. And that's Wednesday's going to be a heavy energy kind of day. We're probably going to be getting, you'll probably want to get a lot done. And you'll probably want to, Wednesday might be a really good day to, like, spring clean. We're all talking about being clean right now. I actually started it this morning. I woke up this morning and I was like, oh my God, it's time to spring clean. Let's do this. And deep cleaning, spring cleaning. If you haven't done that already, this quarantine time, start, like, going through your closet. Look for all those clothes that you haven't worn for decades, right? I don't know who still has clothes in their closet from decades, but I bet it's back in style. If it's from the 90s, I bet it's back in style. The 19th, Thursday, see my whole paper here. It's crazy. And there's a couple of notes on the back too. Thursday, the moon is squaring Uranus. You know, it's so funny because Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of this week, it's all about trying to find all about trying to solve the problem, all about trying to go back and find out what we did wrong, how we're going to solve the problem, how we're going to move forward from here, how do I clean up this mess. Like one of my tweets I did, one of my daily energy update tweets that I did that I haven't been doing lately, but it literally, like, Pisces season has been like clean up on aisle 5. It has been the craziest, like, rushing to make sure that we clean up everything, to make sure that people can get back to their daily lives. We're not going to be back to a normal existence for quite some time. Like, it's going to be a minute before this all kind of gets, we're just getting started, kids. Stay tuned. It's going to be very interesting. And then this weekend. So Friday, the sun moves into Aries, the spring equinox. Happy birthday, Aries. And then Mars will conjoin with Jupiter. And we're going to talk about this more later this weekend. I just want you guys to be aware of what's happening. And then Saturday and Sunday are going to be the really big days. Saturn moves into Aquarius. This is about the social uprising. This is huge social justice movements. Like, we probably, you know, like, we can't go protest in the streets because we got to be quarantined. But at the same time, if you go look at Twitter, you see all the self-quarantining, all of, like, the ideas of what to do when you're in a self-quarantine. All of the schools, like, parents are going to have to homeschool their children. Do you know what this means for parents that don't like their kids? That was just a joke. As a parent, you don't always have to like your child, but you do have to teach them, right? So for a lot of people, now the other thing that we have to really think about are those people that their jobs are shut down right now. Like, how are they going to pay rent? There is so much stuff that's going to come up with this Saturn in Aquarius, because Aquarius is all about the community. Aquarius is about the greater good. Aquarius is about looking at social involvement and how we relate to it. And then Saturn's going to come in and put so many restrictions, right? That it's almost as if like no more. Like, society as a whole, humanity as a whole, we are not going to take the way that we've been treated by the government, because it's literally killing us. I mean, it had to come to this. There was such a farce that was going on for so long, and I don't want to get into politics, but obviously this is like a clean sweep, and it's not just happening in the United States, it's happening all over the world. The government's been under control and I'm not going to get into politics again, but we've been under control for a really long time. And so watch how the social justice movement, how people, they're just not going to take it anymore. What's the song? We're not gonna take it. Who sings that? Somebody knows. I know one of you knows what I'm talking about with the song, we're not gonna take it. No, we aren't gonna take it. That's the song that's going through my head. It's true. So let's look at the cards. Oh, we also have, Mars is also going to be conjuncting not just Jupiter, but also Pluto and Saturn this weekend before, oh no, Mars conjuncting Pluto, and then when Mars moves into Aquarius, it will also talk about how it will conjunct Saturn. Like, things are going to get a lot more serious and a lot more, the fear-mongering could get worse. So I just want you guys to be very, very aware of your own social constructs. And, you know, I mean, I have to remind myself every day, and I have a conscientious objector that likes to remind me all the time to not be afraid of things. But my Virgo brain likes to make up stories like it's story time at the library most days. There you go. All right, Monday, March 16th, 2020. I mean, we knew that it was going to be a big year. Did we actually think that we were going to go through a pandemic? Probably not. Here we are. So I keep like these little fuzzies all over the place. All right. Oh, look at that. Having a little anxiety with the quarantine. Okay. Makes a lot of sense. I get it. I understand. I feel it. But here's the thing is you can find so much abundance and so much life and so much happiness and gratitude on a day-to-day basis when we are allowing ourselves to see what we haven't lost. You know what I mean? Like, yes, there's a lot of things that you might be losing right now, but there's also a lot of things that there are also a lot of things to be blessed about right now. Like, if you are a healthy individual right now, feel grateful for that. Feel grateful for that. And allow yourself to feel good about feeling. It's hard to find joy in really big things right now. So find joy in the small things. So we have the Hermit. We have the Nine of Swords. We have the Nine of Pentacles. And then down here, we have the Three of Cups and we have the Chariot. So the Hermit is obviously going into hermit mode. While we're in hermit mode, though, let me remind everybody what hermit mode actually is, because it's very easy to get into the Nine of Swords when you're in hermit mode. It's very, very easy to get into the Nine of Swords when you're in hermit mode. But right now, we are all very much responsible for ourselves. Nine of Pentacles. It's not getting past me that all three of these cards are Virgo cards in some way, shape, or form, by the way. This is Virgo and Venus. This is Virgo and Mercury. Sorry, this is Virgo and Mercury, Nine of Swords, and the Hermit is the Virgo card. So, you can easily slip into the Nine of Swords, right? When you're in hermit mode, when you're told to stay on your own, you can easily slip into the Nine of Swords. Here's the thing, is allowing yourself to see where you are still abundant is going to keep you out of the Nine of Swords. Also, with the Three of Cups and the Chariot, the Three of Cups to me is like celebration. And then we also have the Chariot. For some of you, I feel like for some of you, you might be a little bit concerned about getting back together with your family or getting together with loved ones. Like for those of you who are in other countries who have had to fly back into the United States possibly, or for those of you that are in another state and your loved ones are you know, states away, that kind of thing. The Chariot, you know, this is all, it's so interesting because this is all part of a journey that we signed up for. And I know that sounds really, really weird. Like, Betsy, why the fuck would I sign up for a journey where I'm part of a pandemic? Well, during the meditation that I did last night, and the meditations that I do weekly are for members only. So if you would like to be a part of those weekly meditations right now, I know that they're helping everybody to really stay calm. I'm going to make a couple meditations probably public because I know that not everybody can do the group meditations, but I'm not doing personal readings right now. So, and that's part of my income. So hopefully you can understand that. I totally lost my train of thought, you guys. I'm really sorry. Oh, in my meditation last night, thank you very much, Spirit. I was like, could you just bring me back to where I was? In the meditation last night, I had a lot of downloads come in. And the downloads were about paying attention to your dreams right now, because I feel like you're getting messages in your dreams where you're not getting them during the day-to-day life because it's so chaotic. Things are so chaotic during the day, but your subconscious is working at night as well. So make sure you're paying attention to your dreams and writing them down. Also, a lot of us are really, really tired right now, or a lot of us are sick. Not the ones with the coronavirus, but a lot of us are sick with other things. Like I got really sick with this immune disorder. Anyways. When we are extremely tired, we are helping the energy transmute from fear back into a positive feeling, a positive energy, a positive emotion. A lot of us are transmuting through our bodies how to feel. So this is part of our journey because the world needs us. And I know that sounds really, really odd. And I mean, trust me, like I say it and I'm like, that is not realistic, but I understand that but at this time in our lives, we have to know that there's more going on than what's just happening on the planet. You know, there's more behind the scenes energy. And now more than ever, we have to understand that we are not alone. And I don't mean that there are other humans that we can count on. There is a higher power. I don't care who you call it, God, Source, Jehovah, Abraham. I don't care who you call your higher source. I don't care what name it is. He, she, it. It exists, right? And so we are being supported, and a lot of us, this is sort of like the test, right? Let's see what the Hermit is. Let's see what we can do during the self-quarantine time. You know, like part of me really wants to make things, like keep things all light and funny and airy and whatever. And then the other part of me is like, you know what, I got to be honest with people and I got to tell them the truth too. So here we are, you know, I mean, this is like, this is life now. This is what we're doing now. So the Hermit, I am using the This Might Hurt Tarot deck by Isabella Rotman. You can get it on her website, thismighthurttarot.com. Okay. Yeah. See, and I know that there are people out there that want more, you know, so we have the Page of Cups on the Eight of Swords. This is literally Mercury back into Pisces, these two cards, right? And Mercury rules, Mercury rules Virgo. So the Eight of Swords and the Page of Cups, it's like, that Eight of Swords is a self-imposed imprisonment of the mind, right? And when we are self-imposed fear, right? When we're self-imposing, like this is why allowing yourself to see what you still have in your life may not be a lot. It may not be a lot. But what you still have is better than what a lot, you know, what it could be worse. It could always be worse. You see? And for some of you, maybe that's not true, but for the majority of you, it could really be worse. So let's see what the Nine of Swords is. My oldest son is in Colorado right now. He decided he still wanted to go on vacation with his friends. And I was like, really? In the middle of a pandemic? And he's like, Mom, if I'm going to get sick, I'll get sick at home or I'll get sick on vacation. But I'm not going to stop living my life out of fear. And I was like, well, just do me a favor and be aware of the interaction that you have with other people. Because it's not just about you, is what I had to say to him. It's not just about you getting sick. It's about you getting other people sick too. You see? This isn't like, I know that you want more out of life right now. I know that things aren't fun. I know that life is hard. But when we stop to think, oh man, this isn't just about me. This is about me being healthy so other people stay healthy too. That's what Saturn in Aquarius is all about. It's about restricting yourself for the betterment of society, for the betterment of humanity, for the betterment of other people. So I understand that things are hard right now, but you, and very wise individual and friend tells me this often, Wallowing in your self-pity is not going to make things change. In fact, it'll just make it worse. Your attitude towards what's happening can either make it or break it right now. So let's see what this Nine of Swords is, Nine of Wands. And that's the thing, is you guys don't, I mean, there is no, you don't have to, there's nothing to fight. There is nothing to fight, so you don't have to. And I love that there are 3 nines here, because that's telling me that some of us are actually coming to the end of a cycle. We're not quite there yet, but I think a lot of that coming to the end of the cycle is going from the fear of missing out to the fear of being infected, or the fear of infecting others. You see? So instead of being afraid of what's happening, recognize that you have no control over any of this. And so to sit up in your mind and think up ways of losing it, freaking out and losing it, right? Nine of Pentacles. Queen of Wands. See, get busy. You know what I did last night? I haven't done this in a while. So I crochet. Yes, I crochet. I crochet blankets and scarves and hats, and I have crocheted in my life many a baby blanket for a newborn. I decided, and I had a little bit of yarn. I have a couple skeins of yarn. And I decided to start a whole brand new blanket. Queen of Wands with the Nine of Pentacles. Because that's it helps to calm my nerves. When I'm focusing on something other than what's going on. Because yes, it's great to be updated. It's fantastic, right? We have to stay updated. But you don't have to be updated all day long into the night. You don't have to keep the news on all night long while you're sleeping so that your subconscious is inundated with all of this horrible information. Get busy. Aries season is coming. And even though we feel very restricted right now, a lot of us are getting a spark to be individually abundant, right? I feel like there are going to be a lot of entrepreneurs that come out of this pandemic because there will be so many innovative solutions that are happening, and I feel like a lot of that is going to start up this week because the old way of doing things doesn't work anymore. And the children of the kids that were in the Saturn and Capricorn, they're done with their Saturn returns and they're ready to get back to work. And I feel like a lot of those kids, I say kids and they're only like 10 years younger than me. Sorry guys. I don't really mean that you're children. I really don't. I call everybody kids. I feel like that generation is really going to help get us out of this mess. You know what's really funny though is those millennials, and that's what they are, those millennials do have that attitude of, well, if I die, I die. Oh well, right? But you guys are the ones that are going to save everybody else. Partially because if you get sick, it's not as bad as if I get sick. Like the percentage of sickness gets worse the older you are with this thing. So, or the worse off the sickness is, or I don't even know. I don't know the statistics, but that's what I've heard, okay, is that the older you are, the harder this is on you. But I really it's time for us to, the Saturn in Sagittarius kids, the Saturn in Capricorn kids, it's time for, there is kind of an uprising. It does feel like there's some sort of an uprising. And with that Queen of Wands on the Nine of Pentacles, it feels like it's time to get to, that's how I want to say that. It's time to get to work. There are certain things that we have to do. Three of Cups. The Three of Cups is about coming together with like-minded individuals. Now, These like-minded individuals could be states away from you, right? Just stay in contact. Stay in contact with your people. We have the internet. We have iPhones. We have FaceTime. We have so many ways to connect with other individuals and to connect, Skype and Zoom and like all the things, right? You can connect with your people without actually having to shake their hands or give them hugs. Lean on your friends right now. I feel like that's going to be a really big thing, to lean on your friends right now. The Strength card with the Three of Cups, make sure that you are keeping in contact with the people that you love. Make sure you are checking on your people. Let's see what the Chariot is. Six of Swords, see? And the bottom of the deck is the Eight of Cups. I love it. All right, so the Six of Swords on the Chariot, things are going to get easier. Now, they will get worse before they get better. That's just the law of attraction. Or not the law of attraction, the law of the universe, I don't know. That is the way that this virus is forming. Things will probably get worse before they get better. But what is that? Oh, I know what it is. But reminding ourselves of the things that we do have still. And I also sort of feel like staying in contact with your people and your friends are going to help me make things better as well. That Six of Swords on the Chariot. The biggest thing to remember is non-attachment, and allow yourself to be in this forced pause even through the unknown. Okay? This is a really great time of healing and reviving your energy. For those of you that are still going to work and still have to work every single day, remember to rest and revive your energy on your off time, on your off hours. The Eight of Cups, the Hanged Man, and the Two of Swords, allowing yourself to not be attached to emotional outcomes will really help. That Hanged Man is saying, if you have to be on pause right now, be on pause. There's nothing wrong with it. And the Two of Swords is, just because things are unknown doesn't mean that things aren't moving forward, okay? I love you guys. I know it's a hard time. What a weird reading. This whole entire 32 minutes, 33 minutes has been really even strange for me to do because I don't know how to act. And I don't think anybody really knows how to act. We have to move into a new normal. We have to move into a new normal. And that's just the way things are right now. So blessings to all of you. I'm going to be as present as possible on this channel. Again, if you want to contact me through email, through direct message, you know, it's easier to get me on direct message on Twitter or Instagram than it is Facebook. Please don't do Facebook. I really am not there very often. And you can email me, but it's harder for me to respond to an email than it is for me to respond to a direct message. Also, if you have any business questions, any reading questions, any time frame of reading questions, all of that stuff, please email me. Don't direct message me, or I will just send you from the direct message to my emails. I love you guys. Please take care of yourself. Please stay safe. Let me know if there's anything I can do for you. Bye.